Have you ever dreamed of a secret island, a magical map, and a giant, friendly bird? Well, get ready for a story that will take you far across the waves. Long, long ago, right by the edge of a wide, sparkling blue sea, lived a kind young boy named Samir. Samir absolutely loved the ocean more than anything. He loved watching the endless waves dance and roll, collecting colorful, intricate shells, and daydreaming about mysterious islands far, far away. One perfectly quiet morning, as the sun began to paint the sky, Samir was walking along the shore when he found a small, sturdy boat resting on the sand. Tucked neatly inside was a tiny, rolled-up note. It said, "For the brave one." Samir looked all around. The beach was empty. No one was there. He felt a little flutter of fear in his chest, but a bigger flutter of excitement. He decided to be brave. He stepped inside the little boat and, with a strong push, sent himself gliding into the water. At first, the sea was perfectly calm. The sky above was a brilliant, cloudless blue. Samir couldn't help but smile. This was the start of a real adventure. But soon, things began to change. The gentle waves started to move faster and grow taller. The wind picked up, whistling in his ears and making the little boat shake and bob on the water. Samir held on tight. Just when he was starting to feel a bit worried, a magnificent sight appeared in the sky. A giant white seabird, bigger than any bird he had ever seen or imagined, soared above him. Its wings were absolutely huge, wider than his entire boat. Its eyes weren't scary. They glowed with a soft, warm light, like two friendly lanterns in the sky. Samir froze, staring in awe. The bird flew lower and lower, and then, with incredible gentleness, it dropped a glowing shell right into his boat. It shimmered with a light that seemed to come from within. Samir picked it up and opened it slowly. Inside wasn't a pearl, but a magic map. It was a map that promised to lead him to a secret, hidden island. With new courage, Samir grabbed the oars and began to follow the map's winding path. He rowed for what felt like hours. He watched the sea turn from bright blue to a deep, dark navy as night fell, and then back to a brilliant turquoise when the sun rose again. Strange, colorful fish with glowing fins swam beside his boat, guiding him. The very air around him felt different, filled with a sense of magic and wonder. At long, long last, he saw it, an island, just like the map promised. It was beautiful. It had lush, green trees, rocks that shone like polished gems, and soft sand that glowed with a golden light. It was the most amazing place he had ever seen. Samir stepped onto the warm, glowing shore. As he walked toward the forest, he heard a soft, rustling sound. His heart started beating fast. It was the giant bird. It landed gracefully right in front of him. But this time, Samir wasn't afraid. He stood his ground and did not run. The bird lowered its great head, and a warm, kind voice seemed to fill the air all around Samir. It wasn't the bird's beak moving. It was like the island itself was speaking. "You came with courage and a good heart." Suddenly, the ground beneath the bird began to glow brightly. A secret stone door, hidden in the rock face, slowly slid open behind the bird. Inside, Samir saw a treasure beyond belief: piles of glittering gold coins, strange and wonderful fruits that glowed with their own light, and chests filled with shiny, precious stones. It was a pirate's dream. But Samir took a moment and remembered something important. He hadn't come on this journey to become rich. He had come for the adventure. He wanted the experience, not the treasure. So, he walked into the cave and took only 3 small things: one single golden coin, one beautiful glowing fruit, and one soft white feather that had fallen from the giant bird's wing. For him, that was more than enough. As he walked out, the magical door sealed shut behind him. Samir sailed his little boat all the way back home, his heart full. When he arrived, he didn't keep his treasures for himself. He found a child in his village who was sick and gave her the glowing fruit. He used the single gold coin to buy food and supplies for everyone in his village, and the feather, he kept that for himself, a perfect memory of his incredible journey. Everyone in the village loved him for his kindness and his bravery. People would often ask him, "Samir, will you travel again? Will you seek another adventure?" And Samir would always smile and look out at the water. "Yes," he'd say, "because the sea still has many secrets left to discover." And what about the giant bird? Well, some say it still watches over the waves, waiting patiently for the next brave heart to answer the call of the ocean. Thanks for joining us on this magical journey. If you love stories like this, Make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure. See you soon.